Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera to Madam Nabilah Muzaffar. My name Nur Hidayu binti Muhammad Fauzi and my matric number 2023365425. And today I will be presenting an analysis of cultural practices in society and culture, focusing on two major festivals in Malaysia, which is Hari Raya Aidilfirtri and Chinese New Year. For the introduction, Malaysia is known as a multicultural country, inhabited by various ethnic groups with diverse cultural and traditional backgrounds. This diversity is reflected in cultural practice that form an integral part of everyday life, including festive celebration. Cultural practices refer to patterns of behavior, customs, and social activities that are continuously practiced by a community and serve to express shared values, belief, and collective identity. According to Smith and Akagawa 2019, culture is transmitted through repeated practices learned within family and community contexts, making tradition a primary medium for the intergenerational transmission of values and identity. Next, this slide presents a summary of the comparison between Hari Raya Aidilfirtri in the Malay community and Chinese New Year in the Chinese community. In terms of the foundation of the festival, Hari Raya Aidilfirtri is rooted in Islamic teachings, whereas Chinese New Year is based on traditional Chinese belief. The main focus of Hari Raya is spiritual purity and strengthening family ties, while Chinese New Year emphasizes luck and prosperity. In family practice, the Malay community prioritizes visiting relatives and seeking forgiveness, while the Chinese community emphasizes family reunion dinners and the giving of angpao. In terms of symbols, Hari Raya is associated with ketupat and traditional Malay attire, whereas Chinese New Year is associated with the color red and firecrackers. There are three main factors that influence the cultural practices of festivals. First, religion and belief. Second, social and family structure. And the last one, tradition and cultural heritage. These three factors are interconnected in shaping how a particular festival is practiced within a society. The first factor that influences festival practice is religion and belief. This factor plays a crucial role in shaping the purpose, symbols, and rituals of each celebration. For Hari Raya Aidilfirtri, its foundation lies in Islamic teachings. It is closely related to the concept of fitrah, which signifies spiritual victory after completing the fasting month of Ramadan. Practice such as the Aidilfirtri prayer, the giving of zakat fitrah, the preparation of traditional foods like ketupat, rendang, and lemang, and the act of seeking forgiveness reflect religious values and spiritual purification. As for Chinese New Year, the celebration is based on traditional Chinese belief, incorporating concepts such as Feng Shui, the Chinese zodiac, and the balance of yin and yang. Practice such as decorating homes in red, giving angpao, performing lion dance, and setting of firecrackers symbolize belief in luck, prosperity, and protection. Next, I will go into the analysis of religious and belief factors, where religion and belief serve as the foundation for norms and behavioral structures in festivals. These differences explain why each festival has its own unique rituals, symbols, and values. Similarities such as prioritizing family and visiting relatives arise because both festivals aim to strengthen social and moral bonds within the community, even though there are underlying belief differences. Moving on to the second factor, we will now look at social and family structure. This factor shapes how family members relate to one another and how cultural values are expressed during the celebration. In the context of Hari Raya Aidilfirtri, the celebration emphasizes the concept of silaturahim, strengthening family ties and forgiveness. Family members and neighbors visit each other and seek forgiveness, and strengthen family and community relationships. And the last one reflects a relatively equal social structure where relationships focus on love, care, and unity. In contrast, Chinese New Year emphasizes family hierarchy and respect for elders. Giving ang pao symbolizes blessing, fortune, and social responsibility. In addition, honoring ancestors through prayer ceremonies and preparation of special dishes. Overall, reflects a structured and layered social system where family roles are determined by age and kinship relationship. Now we will move to the analysis of social and family structure. Social structure determines how family members interact, the roles of individuals in giving and receiving, and how family values are instilled. It also strengthens relationships within the community, fostering unity, cooperation, and social harmony. For the similarities, both festivals emphasize family relationships and social solidarity. And then for the differences, the Malay community places greater emphasis on equality and maintaining close family ties, while the Chinese community focuses more on hierarchy and respect for elders. Finally, the third factor that influences festival practices is tradition and cultural. For Hari Raya Aidilfirtri, the wearing of baju Melayu and baju kurung symbolizes the identity and modesty of the Malay community. The preparation of traditional foods as well as the practice of visiting relatives have become tradition passed down from generation to generation. As for Chinese New Year, the wearing of red clothing and family reunion dinner, the giving of ang pao and lion dance reflect cultural heritage that is closely associated with traditional belief. Next, we will move to the analysis of tradition and cultural heritage. Tradition ensures the continuity of cultural identity by linking present-day society with the heritage of the past, although the form of its practice may change over time. The core values and meanings of tradition are preserved, making it an essential element in the formation and sustainability of a community's cultural identity. In addition, the similarities, both festivals preserve cultural heritage through family traditions and festive symbols. And the differences, Hari Raya Aidilfirtri is more strongly rooted in religion and spiritual values, where Chinese New Year is more closely associated with traditional belief and cosmological symbol. This diagram illustrates how religion and belief, family and social structure, as well as tradition and cultural heritage interact in shaping festival practices. These three factors do not exist in isolation but are interconnected in determining the meaning and function of a festival within society. Now, I will briefly discuss the cultural meanings, values, and social functions reflected in both festivals. From the perspective of cultural meanings, Hari Raya Aidilfirtri symbolizes purity and spiritual victory, while Chinese New Year symbolizes new beginnings, hope, and prosperity. Both carry deep symbolic meaning in the life of the people. In terms of values, both festivals emphasize the importance of family, respect, and togetherness. In addition, these celebrations function as a medium of informal education for the younger generation about moral and social values, like strengthen social ties and community unity, reduce social gaps through pilgrimage and sharing practice, and contribute to interethnic harmony in Malaysia's diverse society. As the conclusion, the Hari Raya Aidilfirtri and Chinese New Year celebrations not only celebrate traditions and culture, but also convey symbolic meaning, instill family values, and function as a social medium that strengthens unity, harmony, and community identity. These celebrations also play a role in preserving cultural heritage, strengthening relationships between generations, and educating the community about moral and social values informally, thus ensuring cultural continuity in Malaysia's diverse. That's all from me. Thank you.